Hi class, this video will briefly go over the requirements for assignment number 1 for Social Work 541, My Community in Words and Pictures. Looking ahead to this week's assignment, or week number 2's assignment rather, this project is brief but does require a lot of time and thought. The project is due on Sunday of week number 2. So you're going to prepare a brief presentation using pictures and words that attempt to answer the question, do I live in a good community? The essential reading for this assignment will be the article Seeking the Good Community. It will provide you a framework that you must use in assessing your community. You're going to use PowerPoint or Word to display the information. Honestly, PowerPoint does make a better presentation. It's more visible in your video, so I encourage you to use that if you can. And then you're going to use Screencast-O-Matic to record your screen and voice. As though you were giving us a presentation in class, we will be watching your presentation recorded through the computer. Your syllabus includes information for how to download the program if it's new for anyone, but I suspect that most of you have already downloaded it. If anybody has any questions about how to go about doing that or how to use this technology, please let me know. Your presentation must be visual, so it has to include pictures or photographs, tables, anything interesting in order to present the material. I recommend that if you do use a video clip, that you ensure that it is audible in your recording. You're going to want to test it to make sure it's audible and that it doesn't take up too much time in your presentation. If you're showing a video that we can't hear, I don't recommend using it. If you have questions about that, like I said, please let me know. So this assignment really includes 4 key components in addition to the visual components of the assignment. The first component is the demographic description of your community. This is where you're going to describe who lives in the community, how is the community made up. You're going to look for demographic information that's available from public sources, U.S. Census, open data, information that might be published on the city or town's website. And you're going to talk about racial makeup, age, gender, socioeconomic status, that kind of thing. You're also going to provide quality of life information. That includes information on crime, education level, poverty, religions, any other information that helps paint a clear picture of who lives in the community and what life looks like for them. The second section is going to be an overview of important institutions in your community, and this will include formal institutions and informal institutions. Examples of formal institutions might be a major industry or major employers in the community, and any economic, religious, or political institutions that play a significant role or are important for us to understand the life of the community. Informal institutions might include church or neighborhood groups, neighborhood watch associations, any sports leagues that are significant, community festivals, other celebrations that help us understand the culture of the community or history or patterns of behavior in the community. You want to make sure to include a map of your community so we have a sense of the geographic boundaries and where it sits. And then finally, a pretty significant portion of this assignment is the Good Community Assessment. So as I mentioned, you're going to use the elements in the article that you should read for this assignment and compare different elements in your community to the framework that's provided in the article. And you want to be explicit about this. You should mention that as you're assessing whether your community is a good community, that you are using the elements in the article as your framework. Talk about why you consider your community to be good or why you don't consider it to be good. Talk about what changes or improvements you would make in your community if you could, what would make it better if there are things that do need to be improved. So please make sure that you watch your presentation before you turn it in. Make sure that we can hear your sound. Make sure that the visuals are clear. Make sure that everything makes sense. Consider that proofreading your visual presentation. Also, make sure that you remember to include a citations page in proper APA format. This has to be included in your video, and it does have to be in APA format. Both of these things are very easy to do, and they will help save you points. Both of these things, if you don't do them, will result in points deductions. So these are really easy things to make sure that you're doing to keep all of your points. So enjoy this presentation, enjoy doing the project. It's a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing where all of you are coming from. Have a great week.